Well, I wanted to tell my story because I remember growing up and I was in the closet. It was really scary for me to come out because I didn't have a lot of people who I felt like I could relate to. I felt like I was a small fish in like a really, really big pond, and there weren't people I could talk to and understand, who would understand me. So hopefully this will reach someone who's going through that, or no matter how old that person may be, I know how it feels. And yeah, that's why I want them to see this and they know that, you know what, you're not alone, and that it definitely gets better. The first thing I would say is you would have to know first. Before you make a big jump and make a big leap, make sure you understand what you're saying. So a great way to help me was actually learning the culture. I had already known I was gay for a long time. There was no denying that. I went through a phase of even liking girls, but I knew at the end I was going to have to come out. But what pushed me was learning about my culture, and I feel like once you know your culture and you know you have a strong support system behind you, it's so much easier to come out. So first, know if you're bi or if you're gay or whatever it may be, and then learn about that culture, learn about your history, learn about those iconic figures that you probably don't see on TV, and you'll learn that there's a place for you and that there's a community that's inviting and warming, and it'll definitely wash away all those preconceived ideas that you might have about the community. The first person I came out to, it's funny, it was my sister, and I actually came out to her a couple of times, and I would just always forget. I would tell her, oh, I'm bi, or then I'd tell her, oh, I'm gay, and then she'd always remind me, like, you've told me this story a million times. I was like, okay, I'm just checking in, so I can get that, so I can build the courage up. I actually texted her on Facebook. I said, I need to talk to you. And she said, that's fine, let's talk. So I called her on the phone, and I had already felt comfortable because my sister is actually married to a woman. So, I mean, I knew I was talking to someone who I could trust and someone who loved me regardless. Even if she wasn't married to a woman, my sister is very open, and I love that about her. So I sent her a message, I called her, and she was not surprised. She had reminded me. She said, you told me this before. She's like, I love you. She's like, I've always known. I'm just waiting for you whenever you're ready to tell everyone. But she's like, she was genuine. She said, I appreciate that you would tell me something like this. And you're making the right decision, and you're going in the right positive steps. So it was heartwarming to hear that. It boosted my confidence, and it broke down those barriers. To realize, it made me realize that, you know what I'm labeling as myself and what I'm hiding from, it's not good. For me personally, in my situation, I was ashamed because of what? I couldn't explain it. So that's why I definitely stress that, to learn about the culture, because I didn't know too much. I just knew I'm not like what we see on the TV or what everyone else is. So I should feel ashamed. I should feel embarrassed. But she was a great support system, and she pushed me. I came out to my brother, and well, first I'll talk about my mother. She's somewhat religious, and I knew her stance on homosexuality, so I was pretty nervous actually. But I knew in my heart that who I was nothing wrong with me. That I'm perfect the way I am, just like we all are. And so I told her the conversation. We had a conversation. I said, I need to talk to you real quick. It was about a week after I talked to my sister, and I just started tearing up a little bit and started like breaking down. I was like, I wanted to hold it in, and I was like, you know what? I need to tell you something. She said, what's wrong? I said, I'm gay, and you need to know that I'm gay, and I can't change that. And she just looked at me, and her reaction was actually pretty calm. I was actually surprised. She said, I love you, and I'll pray for you. And I made sure that she knows that I don't need you to pray for me. I don't need I'm fine. I just wanted to let you know that, because I'm about to make a big speech, or not big speech, but everyone else is going to know that, so I wanted to let you know. and we hugged it out. And we might not see eye to eye, but there's definitely no hate. It just is what it is, I guess you can say. Yeah, 21st century, so I had to come out on Facebook. It went really well. A lot of the people on there I hadn't actually spoke to in a while. It was a lot of friends from high school, but while I was typing it, I actually waited like 30 seconds to a minute, because it feels like that big leap, and you know you're about to make that big leap, and it's just like it's like a brain game, and it's just annoying. It's annoying. So like, I think it was actually 5 minutes. I had typed up, like most people have those posts ready, and then after the 5 minutes, I was just like, you know what? There's no going back. If I don't do it, I'll never do it. So I put it down. I posted it, and people were so surprised. And they said, I'm very supportive. And I thanked them. I said, thank you for understanding, and thank you for being so supportive. And a lot of them were saying, be true to yourself and never hold back. So it was a wonderful experience. It was just great. And I love that it was my New Year's resolution as well to come out. So it was like in January 12th. So every time January hits, it's still kind of fresh. So it's been 1 year since. So I still feel I get a little emotional when I see it on my Facebook timeline. Facebook says, "Hey, you've got and I don't know, they have like these little reminders that they tell you, like, hey, there's an event that you did last year." So it was really sweet. What makes me proud to be myself? I think it would be my creativity and the way that I love people. I think we all are completely unique in so many ways. And I love just my uniqueness itself. I love that the way that I see things, no one else can ever see. And that for them to understand what I see, I would have to explain to them, just like they would have to explain to me. So I just love the uniqueness that I have, and that I'm here in this earth, and I'm here, and I'm sitting in this chair, I'm here. And there's more to be done. So I guess I'm just never, like most of us, we're just never ending until, I guess, the end, you can say. I hope that made sense.
That's beautiful.
So if I could add one more thing that I'm proud to be, it's that I'm proud to be part of the LGBT umbrella, LGBTQIA. I know there's probably more letters we're gonna add, but I'm proud to be under that umbrella, and I want to be more part of, the community. And I want to really stress that that it's really good to know about your community. I know I said that a billion times, but even after you come out, support the community, support us, and before you turn on, like Desperate Housewives or whatever, see what's going on. And we have a lot of web series and a lot of good stuff. And once you understand your community, you will see, wow, I'm watching this show, and it's not creating stigma or anything, but it's like, wow, these are things that I'm going through. When I read this book and it relates to me as queer literature or queer art, I promise you, if you're not out, once you start reading it and you're like, wow, this character is just like me. I'm a football jock and I'm in the closet. This is crazy. Embrace the culture, and just like I am, and I will hope to do it more every day. So that's about it.
Great. Excellent job.
Thank you.